Broadcasts of HIKI No are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by HIKI No founding underwriter Bank of Hawaii, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI No. And HMSA, helping Hawaii's youth and their families stay healthy today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. HMSA, trusted for generations.
Next on HIKI No, stories from across the island chain.
From Maui, the students of Seabury Hall Upper School take us to Kauai to show us how the island is being restored one plant at a time.
From Hawaii Island, students from Hawaii Preparatory Academy take us to one of the longest-running ukulele festivals in the world.
On Kauai, students at Kapaa Middle School bring back a favorite fabric design from the 1960s, while students from Chiefess Kamakahelei Middle School travel all the way to Los Angeles to find out what inspires a young poet.
On Oahu, students from Kamehameha Schools Kapalama reveal an archive of moving image treasures from the past, while students at Waialua High School cover an anti-GMO rally on Oahu's North Shore. And students from Windward Middle School introduce us to a woman who teaches CPR to children.
Also on Oahu, this episode of HIKI No comes to you from HIKI No students of Kalaheo High School, home of the Mustangs.
That's next on the nation's first statewide student news network, HIKI No.
Can do!
I'm standing on the Pete Smith court in Kalaheo's gym. For many years, Kalaheo was known for its basketball program under the coaching of Pete Smith. Smith taught at Kalaheo for 18 years and was able to bring 14 OAA championships and 3 state championships to the school. Although Pete Smith passed in 2006, many alumni are grateful for the character building and teamwork ethics that he bestowed in them. Today, Smith's son, Alika, is the school's basketball coach and recently coached the team to the 2013 state basketball championship.
Our first story is by students at Seabury Hall Upper School on Maui, but takes place on Kahoolawe, an island once used as a target in U.S. military exercises.
When they used to bomb it, like my grandpa said, like when he was little, they used to like stay up late and just like pretend it was like 4th of July practically. He'll just like light up in the sky.
Where was your grandpa?
Oh, he was at McKenna Landing. And like they used to watch it when they were little, like blow up.
Kahoolawe, an island previously known for its vast and rolling pastureland, has been reduced to a desolate, barren island due to overgrazing and bombing. But there is hope. With the Kahoolawe Island Reserve Commission's reforestation team led by Paul Higuchino, the island is slowly but surely being revegetated into the beautiful land it once was.
Well, this past year, we've been bringing about 400 volunteers a year. Previously, we used to bring out about 800 to 1,000 volunteers, but we got cut back considerably. For our budget, we had to reduce our operating budget. And you know, when the volunteers do come out here, you know, it's who comes out here? It's school groups, elementary school groups, high school, college groups. Anyone who gives us a call gets on our at least 2.5, 3-year waiting list. And whatever needs to be done out here, you know, mostly it's, you know, the restoration. We're trying to bring back the island, to revegetate it. So a lot of it's planting, erosion control, alien plant control. But if someone is good with small engines, we have them working on our chainsaws or our weed eaters. If someone's a carpenter, we have them fix things, and you know. So whatever needs to be done, we try to put the volunteer or volunteers, the task that would be most appropriate. And I think the people come out here and they look at the job and you know how daunting a task it is. And you know, people say, how do you eat an elephant? You know, one bite at a time. How do you restore or bring back an island like Kauai? One plant at a time.
This is Kyle Mackey reporting for Seabury Hall on the island of Kauai for HIKI No.
If you'd like to comment on this story or anything you see on HIKI No, please join this discussion at facebook.com/HIKINOCANDO or send us a tweet at twitter.com/hikino-can-do.
We're back on the windward side of Oahu. Across the street from Kalaheo High is the Kawainui Marsh, a protected bird sanctuary that is the largest wetland in Hawaii. In ancient times, the marsh teemed with fish that supported the diets of many of the inhabitants of the area. The heiaus that have been restored are also signs of the past importance to the ancient residents of Kailua. Today, it is a place of unspoiled beauty and will be protected from development for generations to come.
Our next story comes from Oahu, where the HIKI no students of Kamehameha Schools Kapalama uncovered priceless treasure, and not the kind you find in a sunken ship.
Our mission is to preserve and make accessible as much of Hawaii's moving image history as possible.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and if every second of video holds about 30 individual frames, the stories preserved at the Henry Kualoha Juni Moving Film Archive are immeasurable.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you tonight at Da Vinci's the Makaha Sons of Ni'ihau.
When I was a young filmmaker and I used to go out there and collect amazing footage. At the time I didn't know it was an amazing footage. I just wanted to be near my Hawaiian community. I wanted to be able to document them.
Aloha, I'm Genoa Keawe. I've been singing for over 40 years.
Well, I'm actually very humbled to be, the first elected Hawaiian governor, and it's especially humbling in the year of the Hawaiian.
What we have here in all these little pictures here are voices of people that helped build Hawaii. This was a dream, not just my dream, but dreams of many people that came together.
One influential man in particular made this dream a reality.
My father dedicated his entire life to Senator Inouye. They met each other in the 50s and they became best friends. At my father's death, the senators and his staff came to me and wanted to do something. And so this is what they chose to do.
Librarians have long been archiving history, but this temperature and climate-controlled facility, which recently moved to its new home at the UH West Oahu campus, is the first of its kind in the Pacific.
Now, as people are learning about the archives, all of this great footage that people haven't seen in years and years coming to us, and just my excitement of being able to make that, being able to share it and make it accessible through our work at Ulu'ulu is really, really exciting to me.
With over 20,000 precious videotapes and film reels, the archives face the challenge of not just preserving it, but also making it available to the greater public.
So our website is open not just for UH students, not just for people in Hawaii, but it's a public resource. So anybody can go online and see, what Hawaii looked like in the 1940s. Not just people who remember it, firsthand, but people who never, had that experience.
What we have here is a primary educational resource. I see it as the voices of our ancestors that are sitting on those shelves, that have voices that we can continually learn about into the future.
As the voices of the past inspire our own dreams for the future, we can be grateful for the visionaries behind this amazing resource. Reporting from UH West Oahu for Kamehameha Schools Kapalama, I'm Chiefess Kamakahelei for HIKI no.
We're back on the campus of Kalaheo High School in Windward Oahu. Kalaheo PE teacher Kissy Hain has spent years instilling the love of sports to her students. Kissy lives the message of a healthy lifestyle. She played volleyball at Punahou and then went on to play for Stanford. Her family has a long history of excelling at water sports, including surfing and paddling. She has raced the Molokai Channel over 30 times. This much-loved teacher is an exemplary woman of the ocean who encourages all her students to find their passion. Students from Wheeler Middle School on Oahu filed our next story about how children might possibly help the survival rate of sudden cardiac arrest, or SCA.
Sudden cardiac arrest, or SCA,
is a leading cause of death in the United States, killing nearly 300,000 people every year. But what if students could change that? 80% of SCAs happen at home, and almost 60% are witnessed. It is estimated that 95% of victims die before reaching the hospital. Let's meet Ms. Pamela Foster, who thinks she knows how to improve the survival rates of sudden cardiac arrest in Hawaii.
The work that AED Institute has done with children. In 2009, we met a mom who lost her daughter to cardiac arrest. She was a teacher at a local school. And after meeting her, we've really formed a passion that we started a nonprofit foundation, Hawaii Heart Foundation, and that foundation goes into the schools at no cost and teach every student in the state how to do CPR. It's important to teach children about AEDs because we've been teaching CPR for over 50 years to adults. Our survival rates of cardiac arrest are still 5%. And that's because we've been teaching adults, and adults have fears. If we can take that training and teach kids how to do CPR, how to use AEDs, I believe that we can increase the survival rate at least tenfold.
First pad is in place. Peel the second pad.
In addition to providing CPR to someone who is having a cardiac arrest, the use of an AED, or automated external defibrillator, can also increase survival rates. AEDs are machines that provide clear instructions to help even untrained operators to use the machine to provide a shock to help restart the heart. Everyone knows we learn math and reading in school, but now saving a life can be added to the list of experiences for some students at Windward Middle School.
If I don't respond to you, if I don't talk to you.
Well, when we practiced it, I didn't really know what to do, so it was good to get the information so, now I'm educated enough that I can do it on somebody who actually needs help. She suggested that we pump at the beat of the song, and it helped.
Stay with the beat of the music! Some people might be skeptical of kids learning to do CPR.
Personally, I would not want to do some CPR on somebody else because I wouldn't trust myself to have somebody else's lives in my own hand.
The laws in Hawaii are some of the best in the country. There is no liability. We have a fabulous Good Samaritan law. You can perform CPR, you can help somebody in an emergency, there is no liability. And then our law specifically says that any employer who has an AED, anybody who uses an AED, no matter where that AED is located, there is no liability.
Despite having a law that removes liability, performing CPR and using an AED continue to be personal choices for each person.
It is safe to touch the patient. Begin CPR.
This is Thorne Jean from Windward Middle School for HIKI Now.
Kalaheo High School is located near Canoe Marine Corps Base, Hawaii, where many students have parents stationed there. These students often have to deal with the stress of having a parent in the war zone. But the Marine Corps has proven to be a great partner for Kalaheo. Among many other partnerships, their Marine band members mentor Kalaheo band students. Having a diverse student body from all over the world has helped Kalaheo become a more cosmopolitan campus. Next, we have students from Kapaa Middle School on Kauai revisiting a fabric dyeing process that was all the rage in their parents' and grandparents' day.
Ever wanted to make a boring and bland shirt bright and bold? Well, here's what you'll need. You'll need RIT dye, a pot, rubber bands, gloves, and a shirt. Twist sections with your hand until it becomes very tight. Then tie it off with the rubber band. Heat the water until it's very hot, but it should not be boiling. Be sure you have rubber gloves for this part to prevent your hands from staining. Measure 1 cup of RIT dye and add it to the warm water. Place a t-shirt into the dye bath. Stir with a big spoon for about 5 to 8 minutes. After 5 to 8 minutes, retrieve shirt from pot. Rinse it in hot water. Do not remove the rubber bands until the water is clear. Now you have created your own tie-dye shirt.
We're back at Kalaheo High School in Kailua Town on Oahu. Here in the Kalaheo gym, the walls are lined with banners of past athletic achievements. These banners represent a lot of hard work and determination by our student athletes. This year, boys soccer, girls basketball, all paddling teams, and the boys basketball team were crowned the OIA champions. Then the boys basketball team went on to become state champions. We're also proud of some of our athletes who have gone on to successful college careers in sports and some in professional sports. We salute our athletes who exemplify the spirit of our Kalaheo students. Our next story comes to us from students at Hawaii Preparatory Academy on the Big Island, who tell us about a long-standing musical tradition at their school.
This year, the 20th anniversary of the Ukulele Festival was held here at HBA's Gates Performing Arts Center. The ukulele is an instrument known to bring people together, and this year it brought 3 different schools together on this very stage.
Georgia and I knew each other because of some music conferences that we attended. And she attended this ukulele conference. Well, it was a music conference, and one of the breakout sessions was on the ukulele.
And we were just talking story at a lunch break, and we just decided that maybe we would get the 3 schools together and have an ukulele festival. We had no idea.
Could not believe that it's been 20 years. You know, the time has just gone by. It's been wonderful. If anything else, this is the highlight of our year.
I think this year we have about 150 kids involved. Well, most of them are between 5th grade and 8th grade. Waialua comes with a few younger ones.
I've made some friends over it. I've been able to connect with people better who've been able to play as well, and we've just been able to share some stories over the ukulele.
Because it's something I enjoy doing, especially because I have a lot of free time.
Instead of playing video games or something, you just bring out the ukulele, and it's a lot of fun.
Like this tired, troubled earth, I've been roaming since my birth, moving on.
The directors get together, and we have to decide on a theme.
It's kind of the idea behind the themes is to show the capability of the ukulele and to perform different genres of music.
You can imagine the Beatles or Disney or
jazz theme. It was a matter of what songs, because there were so many to choose from. Same thing here with the Motown.
So we've done shows that preserve the original integrity of the ukulele, like the Brudda Is show and the music of the Paniolos show as well, where we did all Hawaiian Paniolo songs.
When we pick a theme, then we look at the repertoire, what identifies that theme. And after that, we kind of like pick what we like, and from there, it's finding the key, because the ukulele, there's certain keys that work better on the instrument.
And we've grown. HPA was just a little group, and then we've included our 5th graders, and then we have our dancers, and then it's grown into stage managers and narrators, and actors. And then we bring in professionals of the day of the show. We always bring in a professional percussionist and a professional bass player to support all the work that the kids have been doing. So it just adds that other layer.
When I was thinking about this show, I told Georgia here, you know, I think this might be the longest running exclusive middle school ukulele festival in the entire world.
Congratulations on 20 years of success. Can't wait for 20 more. This is Walter Disney, reporting from Hawaii Preparatory Academy for HIKI No.
Welcome back. We're outside of A building on the campus of Kalaheo High School. Standing next to me is a shower tree planted for alumnus Christine Snyder. Christine was a 1987 graduate who went on in life to work with organizations like the Kailua Outdoor Circle, planting trees and taking care of our environment. Tragically, her life ended on September 11, 2001, on board United Flight 93. Our students honor her legacy with a simple memorial each year. Our next story comes from students at Waialua High School on Oahu, who covered the North Shore community's concerns about genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs.
On Saturday, March 2nd, hundreds of people against GMO farms in the North Shore communities of Haleiwa and Waialua gathered to march in protest, organized by the Hawaii GMO Justice Coalition and Dahui.
These activists are concerned about the long-term impact of GMO crops and pesticides on their health and the environment, and they want GMO products to be clearly labeled.
I think people everywhere should know what they're eating, what's been done to the food that we are eating, and you know, what's going on.
According to Scientific American, Hawaii's fertile soil has nourished more than 2,230 field trials of genetically modified crops. GMO field trials, or seed corn, are hundreds of yards away from at least 7 public schools on Hawaii, including Waialua High and Intermediate School. Behind Waialua High is a DuPont Pioneer seed corn processing facility and over 2,000 acres owned by DuPont Pioneer.
I think there's a misconception about genetically modified crops and what those are, what they mean. These traits have been in the crop for over 20 years. They've gone through rigorous testing to maintain the security and safety of those crops. So to think that these crops are unsafe is just not true.
We plant roughly 700 acres of cover crops here on an annual basis. What it does is provides a refuge for beneficial insects such as the trichogramma wasp that we use as a biocontrol to reduce pesticide applications into our crops.
I just think that, you know, to have a company that will do whatever it takes to harvest their whole crop, you know, regardless of the amount of pesticides they have to use, it's not a good thing. It's not beneficial to the community or the people in it.
Even with the data presented, the community is still divided over the presence of GMO seed corn and field trials near neighborhoods and schools.
This is Kayla Smith from Waialua High and Intermediate School, and this is for HIKI.
If you'd like to comment on this story or anything you see on HIKI, please join the discussion at facebook.com/HIKI-CAN-DO or send us a tweet at twitter.com/HIKI-CAN-DO.
We're back at Kalaheo High School in the town of Kailua on the island of Oahu. Science teacher Kimberly Koopman has been a creative force on our campus, helping students learn human anatomy through an annual performance called Anatomy Night. Students prepare skits and teach the audience all about the human body and its functions and mysteries. It's always a great night of fun and revelry and has come to be one of Kalaheo's most beloved annual events.
Our next story is by students from Kauai's Chiefess Kamakahelei Middle School, but was produced all the way in Los Angeles, California at the Students Television Network Convention in March of 2013. In addition to Chiefess Kamakahelei, several middle and high schools from Hawaii attended this convention. Over the course of 4 days, 2,500 students from around the country participated in breakout sessions, workshops, and various on-site competitions. Many Hawaii schools took home awards for these competitions. In the spot feature category, students were all given the same topic and had just 5 hours to find, shoot, produce, and edit a story. The students from Chiefess Kamakahelei took first place with this story about a passionate poet.
Well, the first thing I hear when I think of passion is a goal trying to be set, like a goal trying to be reached.
Somebody's passion might be a sport or music, but some people's passions and the way they started is a little more unique.
My greatest passion is I write poems. It started out as only a dream. Basically, there was this demon coming at me and I was like super scared. So then all of a sudden I just thought of a poem and then I said it and then an angel came and then it shooed away the demons.
A lot of people are passionate about at least one thing, but what people are passionate about and why they continue to do what they love is usually because it means a lot to them.
I believe that it came from God because I saw angels, and angels are basically the messengers or other servants of God. And so I believe that He gave that to me and I should be passionate about it.
Just because you like something doesn't necessarily mean that you're passionate about it. To be passionate about something means that you truly love what you do.
You gotta realize what you have and then you gotta express it, take advantage of it, take advantage of the situation. It starts out as like a thick wire, and then the more you try and pull away from it, the more strands are coming out, and then eventually the last strand will pull away and you don't have that passion anymore.
To have a passion means that you truly love what you do and it plays a part of who you are. When you're passionate about something, however, you should continue to do what you love, because once you let it go, you'll never get it back. For the Student Television Network, I'm Sheree Kua reporting.
And we're back in Kailua town, which has changed recently over the years due to a recent influx of tourists who have discovered its great beaches and small town atmosphere. In 2012, Bill 11 was passed banning commercial activity at the beach parks, which limited the tour buses and water sport rental businesses that were leaving residents feeling that they were losing the essence of their town. Although there is still a significant amount of tourists, it is more manageable and has become the new normal for residents.
Well, that's it for us today on HIKI No.
And remember, all these stories were written, shot, and edited by students like us.
We hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as we've enjoyed sharing them with you.
Join us next week only on PBS Hawaii.
To see what Hawaii students HIKI know.
Can do.
Broadcasts of HIKI No are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Mahalo. And by HIKI No founding underwriter Bank of Hawaii, investing in Hawaii's future by promoting collaboration, critical thinking, and other 21st century skills through HIKI No. And HMSA, helping Hawaii's youth and their families stay healthy today, tomorrow, and for generations to come. HMSA, trusted for generations.